There's a lot of people that want to do it, but there's a difference in want and need. And someone like Jennifer, she needs to, we all want that slice of pizza, but there's that guy that's I'm gonna drive the 25 miles because I need that.
And then anytime I told her a weight to hit, she was gonna hit it. And I don't know how to explain it. And I programmed very aggressive numbers for her for a long time before I ever had to start backing it down. And she just kept hitting the numbers and kept hitting the numbers, and just, it's this weird switch that she turns on when she thinks or she knows that she has to do something, that she just finds a way to make it happen. And there are very few people that can do that.
See, we have a tendency when we look at things that are scary and fearful, that drives our decision-making process. Someone like Jennifer, you're always afraid, but you embrace it. It becomes something that energizes you. Yeah, I mean, this could go wrong, but no matter what, I am doing this. That's the end of it. So there's that kind of mindset, and that's what separates really good from truly great.
I am Jennifer Millican. I compete in raw powerlifting. I have won the IPF World Championship the last 2 years, so 2017, 2018, in the 57 kilo weight class. I am training for USA Powerlifting Raw Nationals here in a couple weeks. I've moved up to the 63 kilo class, so just training for that and hope it goes well. Training as a 63, I would say, is closer to my real life body weight. So when I was competing as a 57, when I first started lifting, it was a little bit easier for me to compete as a 57, but as the years have gone on, it's just getting more and more difficult for me to be able to cut down to the 57s.
Yep. Discipline. Yep. So, listen. Squat. Pace. Push back hard. Yep.
There's always going to be some lingering doubt, because as a 57, I've been able to go in and win at a national level, not as competitive, though now with a couple of new lifters coming back down, it would have been a little bit more competitive for me. But I love competing, and not against myself. I mean, I know you're not supposed to say that in powerlifting, but I want to compete against people that are going to push me a little bit. I prefer to be in the underdog position. It makes my training better, it makes me better. And so as far as moving up, I moved up for a lot of reasons, but one of them being I wanted to be in a class that was going to push me to get beyond the numbers that I was already putting up. Growing up as a kid, I was always the kid that tried too hard in class, like in PE. I went too hard. Or in school, I would be the one kid that remembered the quiz, and I sort of, over the years, got this idea that didn't make you cool. So I learned to kind of stifle that. And then playing sports, I was always the one to choke under pressure. I was always pretty good, a little bit above average. And when it came down to it, if I got put in the batter's box and bases were loaded, 2 outs, I was not going to perform. And with powerlifting, as an older adult, I, was able to recognize that. And so I specifically worked on how can I turn this around? How can I learn to perform under pressure? Because for so many years I didn't. And it crushed me because I knew that I was good, but I wasn't able to display it. So I spent a lot of time in those feelings. So, when I was training for 2017 Worlds, when I had the thought of winning, I would feel really scared, like nervous and like, oh, I can't do this. And instead of avoiding those feelings or avoiding those thoughts, I changed the path and just went into them and just thought about it constantly, over and over and over again, thought about what it felt like. Like I would feel my body get nervous thinking about winning, and I just went into that, and then, was then able to put it together on a platform. So for me, that's the biggest change that I've been able to make as far as powerlifting goes. And I think many people have a fear of being really good at something. If they think for me anyways, if I think I want to do something really great, I start to get really scared. I feel really scared about it. And now I've gotten to the point where when I feel those feelings, I know I'm right there. I know I got to go into it. I know I'm capable of doing it. And it's just, just dealing with those feelings and performing anyway, over and over again. That idea of allowing myself the room and the space and the belief to be as good as I can be at something, to setting a huge goal and just going after it, just every day, no matter what. I've found that people find that intimidating when if you fail a lift and say load it again and go back and get it. People are intimidated by that, but it's just become who I am, and I never was that before. Like I said, I would choke under pressure. I would get up to bat and think there's no way I'm capable of doing this. And all the while, I probably was perfectly capable of doing it. I just didn't allow myself to believe that. So those are huge, and I feel so grateful that I'm able to pass that on to my children if they, listen to me, which is half the battle, but maybe they're watching and picking up on something at least.